What's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? Happy Tuesday night, late night waiver wire camping. What's up, Henry, Jacob, Ari? Welcome, welcome, everybody. Grizzly and Sailors, what's up, man? Do you think CMC will return this week 16? I don't think so. Honestly, it was a little surprising to me that he returned earlier. You know, sorry, 1 second, my light just fell again. So yeah, it was a little surprising to me that he returned earlier. This whole thigh injury thing has been a little bit questionable, I guess, to me. I don't really know what's up. Maybe it's more than we thought, right? I thought his previous injury was a lot worse than it was. That's why I thought it was surprising that he came back so early. But you know, I think yeah. So what this question came up earlier. What I think is if you want to stash him for the slight possibility that he comes back, for sure do it, right? And at this point, you're most likely doing it because you don't need that extra bench spot. If you need that extra bench spot to play someone this week, I think you should, right? Because you want to be able to win this week. But if you have someone that you're stashing as a backup that you don't really need, I would maybe keep him. I would maybe just keep him and see what happens. There's always a chance he comes back, right? There's a chance Kittle comes back. We don't know. I think the chances are, lower, in my opinion, than like a 50-50 chance. But yeah, I don't know if there's been any new reports on what's going on with him, or like how long or how serious the injury is. But yeah, we'll see. Henry says T.Y. Hilton, Deontay Johnson, and Kareem Hunt or J.K. Dobbins. I would go T.Y. over Deontay and Kareem over J.K. Lizard, what's up, man? Yo, 2 QB leg, 0.5 PPR, Tannehill, Hill, and Hurts. I think Tannehill and Hill are the safer bets here. Jalen Hurts could be a good play, but we've only seen one game out of him. He looked good. He looked good in his one game, but I don't know if you want to take the risk and bet on him. Go for it. I think he can do you well. You know, he's not very impressive as a passing quarterback, but yo, those rushing yards are great, especially going against the Saints. Listen, on paper, he has a great matchup. He should do well, but he's the bigger risk in my opinion. What up, Eric, man? How you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Grizzly says, because I have Cam Akers and J.K. Dobbins along with Derrick Henry. If CMC doesn't return, but if CMC returns, my champion, yeah, for sure. I think, you know, there's a chance, right? I think the chances are low. Like I said, you know, I didn't think he was going to be back at all this year. I just don't see a reason for the Panthers to play him. That's my take. But hey, you know, it could happen. It could happen. So if you have the spot and you don't need anyone else, you're not going to start anyone else that you're going to replace him with, just keep him and see what happens. Matt, what's up, man? I have so many people I can start this week. Yo, let's see it, Matt. Henry says, thanks, bro. I got to get to sleep at final exams at 7. Yo, good luck on your final exams, dude. Good luck on the waiver wire and good luck tomorrow, man. I know it's late. Get some sleep. Let's see. Marcus says, yo, what's up, brother? Who would you go with this week, Montgomery or T.Y. Hilton and flex? I like both matchups. If I had to choose one, I'd probably go Montgomery because he's been a very solid 20 plus every week. Marcus, I'm kind of curious, who do you have at wide receivers right now? Because I'm wondering if T.Y. would be a better play than either one of your wide receivers that you have going. I really like T.Y.'s matchup this week. I think he's, you know, going to continue to go off. I see at least 15 plus in half PPR. That's my take. Yeah, that's me though. Jacob says, should I start CD Lamb? He's been playing horrible lately. He has been playing horrible. If you could avoid him, I would. I don't really see him as someone that has a high ceiling, in my opinion. So if he had someone else, I would play him. I would go with someone else. It seems like Cooper is the only constant there on the Dallas offense right now. Sometimes Gallup would do better. Sometimes CD would do better. They all have a fair amount of targets, but it doesn't necessarily translate into production. So if you could start someone else instead of CD, I would. I think there could be better options for you. You know, in the free agency, but yeah, that's my take. I don't know. My thought was after Dalton came back, he would be maybe like a solid 8 to 10 point in a PPR league per game, but yeah, I don't know. I think anyone outside of Cooper right now, it's hard to trust. Cooper is really just even a wide receiver too. Matt says, right, I was going to say all the players, but Cook, Mostert, Wilson, Akers, Hunt, DK, Claypool, Ayuk, Tim Patrick, Richard, Andrews. Yeah, definitely some good players. I think a few of them stand out. Cook, I like. Akers, I like. DK, I like. Ayuk, I like. But yeah, I think you have some players that, you know, could fill in well. I have Metcalf and Kupp starting. Honestly, let's see. I want to see how Kupp did this week. I wonder if you might want to even start TY over Kupp. I know Kupp is, in theory, the better. He's in a higher tier. He's got the New York Jets, so he's got a good matchup. I'll leave it up to you, but I would potentially consider starting TY over Kupp here. I think he's been outproducing him over the last 3 weeks. He's got a really good matchup this week again, so something to think about, right? I would definitely keep Metcalf in, but I might even go Metcalf TY here, man. I might do that. Jacob says my other receivers are Keenan Allen, T.Y. Hilton, and Mike Evans. Yeah, I mean, let's hope that Keenan stays healthy. Otherwise, you start those guys, right? I don't think you start CD. You don't need to start CD at all. What's up, Luke? How you doing, man? Rate this team: Mahomes, Aaron Jones, Akers, Adams, Keenan, Waller, Jacobs, Golden Ship, Ramsey. It's a very solid team, man. Very solid team. Championship caliber, if I had to say. Spencer says for the flex, Cooks if he plays, or Kuti. Also have Samuel. If Morris again, is he a decent play? Play Samuel out of those. Samuel's been very consistent. I don't think there's a reason not to play Samuel. I think he's had. We were looking at Samuel earlier on. He. Oh yeah, sorry. Are you talking about? You're talking about Curtis Samuel, right? Yeah, Curtis Samuel has been great. In half PPR, he scored double digits in like the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 out of 7 games. He's only had one bad game. I think you start. I would say you start Samuel here, man. That says I'm picking up Finn's defense just in case Minshew goes off. I want to have a backup defense, but can also play Rams against the Hawks. Okay, not bad. Kartik, how do you think? How do you think Akers will do against New York Jets? I think it's going to be great. I think he's going to be, you know, if things continue the way they are, he should continue to be their feature back. You know, I was hoping he would punch it in last week for, you know, just to make all of his owners very, very proud. But he still did very well. I think Akers is a start this week for me. How do you feel about Hilton this week? I like Hilton a lot. I'll look at the other matchups, but he could very be my wide receiver start of the week or near it. There's no reason to doubt TY this week unless someone else in chat knows, but I don't think there's any reason to doubt him this week. That's my take, at least. What do you think about Aguilar with Ruggs out? He dropped so many balls, but it seems like a decent matchup. I like Aguilar. I mean, I don't think Ruggs matters that much. Aguilar is he's the guy, you know? He is a guy. He's the number one wide receiver for the Raiders, so I like Aguilar a lot. You know, if you have to play him in a flex position, I wouldn't mind it at all. Matt says I'm picking up Akers in the 3rd round next year if he's available. Yeah, not bad. Is Aaron Jones still an RB1? He was always like a low end RB1, sort of like RB2, mainly based off of his health, his ability to stay healthy, and his ability to honestly game script. The Packers are a way higher. They're a pass heavy team, in my opinion. The Rodgers to Adams has been working, so you know there's no reason for them not to do it, right? So I would say, yeah, I would say, you know, it's more so based on the game script than anything else. Berg says, oh, what's up, Berg? No, actual coach Frank just announced a depth chart move for the Colts a few minutes ago. Marlon Mack is taking over for wide receiver 1, 2, RB1, and QB. Love it, dude. Lots of great Wildcats stuff. Daniel, look at what Sean McVay said about Akers. All right, let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me pull that up. Let's see. And so they said that. So Jason, that article was from the 11th. So that was last Friday, and he ended up being the featured back. So yeah, I wouldn't put too much thought into that. 1 second. Yeah, I wouldn't put too much into that, man. Luke's consensus for Aaron Jones was top 5 earlier in the season, but I think that his RB2 with the high end potential now for sure. Mike Kamara, how you doing, man? Welcome back. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing today? Rick says, Luke, we both got Julio and Aaron Jones right at the wrong moment, right? Kartik says, who's the best flex between Hunt, Corey Davis, Curtis Samuel, DJ Moore, or Gallman? I'd probably say Hunt has the highest upside out of those, in my opinion. Otherwise, I like Corey and Carter Samuel a lot. I think though those are both two really good plays. I think I like, who do I like better? I might like Curtis Samuel slightly better just because he's been a teeny bit more consistent. I think Corey Davis has had the ability to sort of go off a little bit more, but I really like how they use Curtis Samuel because they use a lot of jet sweeps with him as well. But they played on Thursday. Oh, that's right. Not Sunday. You're right about that. I don't think I'm not as concerned about it, right? I look at the stats. I feel like coaches will say that. Maybe Sean was saying that to motivate Cam Akers. Maybe he was doing that not to not start anything with within the other RBs. I mean, we saw what happened. He's been featured the last 2 weeks, so there's always a chance that he may not be featured. But I think it would not be smart of the Rams. Let's see. McVay won't be fully transparent to the media. Akers passes the eye test. Yeah, for sure. Greasy says, which waiver ad is a better option out of Tim Patrick and Rashard Higgins? I like Rashard Higgins slightly more. Luke says, I thought Aaron Jones would continue to play well, especially with his playoff schedule, and I thought they would rest Julio to get him healthy. I mean, they're not really too much into playoff contention, right? So I think Julio is... listen, he might get shut down. I think there's a very good chance he gets shut down. Brick says Curtis Samuel over DJ Moore. Curtis Samuel has produced a little bit more consistently, in my opinion, to like. Mike says CMC news sucked for me, but I got Henry locked in at 1. Who should be my number 2? I got Akers, Kenyon Drake, and Miles Sanders. I like Akers out of those. I like Akers a lot. I really like what I've been seeing out of Akers, man. Matt says, guess who traded Burke Aaron Jones though? Me, like all his other trades players from my team. Listen, Aaron Jones could go off, and he's one of those guys that could honestly go off whenever. Ed Rock, what's up? One happy PPR, Carson, Montgomery, Akers. Out of those, let me look at these matchups really quickly. Carson, Akers, or Montgomery. I think I lean Montgomery here. Montgomery's been off. He's been going off. I go Montgomery out of those. Do you think Keenan or Jacobs will play Thursday? I think they both should. I don't think either one of their injuries are serious enough to hold them out. We'll see though. Ty, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for encouraging me to trust in your boy T.Y. held in full steam at last stream. Yeah, let's go, baby. I know he went off, right? He went off, and I'm pretty sure most of his stuff came in like the first 2 quarters. It's crazy. Jack says Lockett against Washington or Corey Davis against Detroit. I like Corey Davis slightly more here. Christian, what's up? Welcome back. Which 2 do I start out of? McLaurin, Woods, Godwin, and T.Y.? I really like T.Y. this week, so I'm going to go with T.Y., and then I think I'm going to go with maybe Godwin here. I'm torn between Woods and Godwin. I know it's tough to say like bench McLaurin, but he really has been not very good over the last 2 weeks. So I think we need to be a little cautious of that. Spencer says Dolphins or Browns here. Oh, I need to post this, boys. I just made my updates to my Week 15 defense rankings. So let me post it for y'all in chat so you guys can go and compare. I think that'll be the easiest thing actually for everybody because y'all will be able to look and see who is available and then go from there. But here, let me post this in chat really quickly. Best defenses to stash. Go. So what you guys want to do here is just go to the, let's see, playoff defenses Week 15 update. Go here.
What's up, everyone? It's Daniel here. Today we're going to be looking at the best
playoff. Go take a look at this and let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm gonna pin this. There you go. Top 10 has been updated in the comments. It's the first pinned comment. My roster is set. There you go. I like Curtis Samuel a lot. I like him a lot too. A-Train, what's up? PPR, McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, Corey Davis. I think Curtis Samuel and Corey Davis are both a little safer right now than McLaurin. I lean Curtis right now. I also don't know if I don't know if Haskins is going to be the guy, but I'm not sure how much Haskins will look to McLaurin. I think Curtis Samuel or Corey are both safe. I probably would go Curtis Samuel. That says my roster is set except for Mostert. Might not play. I'm feeling good about this week. There you go. There you go. Big T says I'm in a keeper league, but dropped Debo for Ayuk. Also dropped Gallman for Akers. I would grab Akers over Gallman. As for Debo or Ayuk, it's kind of a toss up of a coin. It's a flip of a coin. I think both are great. They're both slightly different wide receivers. I know Debo's only in his second year, right? I kind of like Ayuk here, honestly. Min says, do you personally still make moves if you're in a consolidation? Yeah, I consolation bracket. I do. You know, I don't mind him. I don't mind doing it. I like to keep things active in my leagues. I have incentives in the losers bracket as well. So, yeah, I win. Young way streaks like Eckler. No waivers either then. Matt says, I ain't got it. FAB left. I read out like 4 weeks ago. Very nice. Yeah, we're just chilling, Berg. We're chilling. Kartik says, yeah, I like Curtis too, but I also consider Gallman for his consistency and projected 14 over my opponents right now. Gotcha. Yeah. Gallman, listen, Gallman was showing us that he was human after all, after last week, right? His yardages haven't been consistently good, but the one thing that's been going for him is his ability to get in the end zone, and he didn't last week. Right? So that's the thing. Marcus says, on a redraft, who's your first league? I'd probably go Christian McCaffrey. Assuming everything's healthy, I'd probably go between McCaffrey, Henry, or Cook. McCaffrey is great, though. As long as he has a quarterback throwing to him, we'll have to see who the quarterback is next year, right? If it's steady, I think it's okay. Caden says, Russell Gage or Chad Henson. I like Gage slightly more if Julio's out. Rick says, nobody is even good left yet for sure. What time do waivers clear at ESPN? They should clear in about 10 minutes, but it could also be delayed up to like 2-3 hours. ESPN's very funky with it. Matt says, there is, but I'm not telling you to. Matt watched the video. Ty says, sadly lost in the first round of playoffs to a monstrous combination of Harry Diggs in Arizona D and Russ Wilson, though. So at this point, I will occasionally drop by to chill for it. Oh, for sure, man. That sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that, but feel free to just come and hang out. And hey, Ty, now you can start preparing for our sub and viewer NFL fantasy challenge, right? You got to get ready for that. Maybe you can win that. Matt says, keep Gallman if you can. Imagine having Gallman and Akers. I wish. Guys, also remember at the end of the day, like, Gallman's going to be on the Giants and Saquon's back next year. So just remember that. Well, says Lynn Bowden Jr. will be a league winner. He could be, man. He could be. I think, if Devontae, Gesicki are still out, he's going to get a lot of targets. He very well could be. It's great that he's both a running back and wide receiver. Jason says, is Saquon a good keeper for an 8-man league? Yeah, I think so. He has a possibility of being a top 5 back. A Chang says, are you from Chicago? 312. I am not, but I did go to, I lived there for a little bit. I lived in Chicago for a bit, and you're correct. 312 is exactly Chicago. Assad says, thoughts on Lynn Bowden as a RB fill-in this week? It depends on whether or not, so I only think he's going to be an okay flex play if Devontae and Gesicki are out. If they're out, I don't know if he's going to get as many targets, and I think Washington is still going to be the guy there, so keep an eye out on the injuries. At most, I think he's a flex play, but I did love his volume last week. Jacob says, should I drop Herbert? He's been ripping me off lately. I don't think so. I mean, he's only had 2 bad games, right? And he's been pretty much giving you QB1 numbers all season. I wouldn't drop him. Who would you pick up? Yang says, would you start Robbie Anderson or James Robinson in flex 12 PPR? I would probably go James Robinson. I don't know if Jared Alexander is going to be covering Robbie Anderson or not. Briggs says, who even is Bowden? He's on the Dolphins. If you go check him out, he has both the RB and wide receiver designation as a position. Big T says, would you start Ravens D over Saints this week? Go look at the pinned comment. I have my updated week 15 rankings there. I believe I have Ravens over Saints. I don't recall. Bowden is some practice squad player. There you go. Jason says, what are your thoughts on Jalen Hurts? In my opinion, he looks amazing. Yeah, he looks great, right? He did really well. He was able to do something that the Eagles were trying to do all year, and they haven't been able to, right, with Carson. So, I think he looks good. I think for fantasy, people love him, right? We'll see how much he can develop and improve as a passer, because his passing numbers weren't great. But hey, 107 yards on the ground for a quarterback, I'm sure we all love him as fantasy, right? So we'll continue to see. We'll see if they can get them into the playoffs, what he can do. But I would definitely like to see a little bit more passing abilities before crowning him as like a really, really good player right now. But hey, great performance last week. Big Cheese says, a guy in my league picked up Bowden 2 weeks ago and he dropped Robbie Anderson. I said, let me snag him. That's funny. Dobbins or Jeff Wilson and Mostert. I like Jeff Wilson a little bit more here. Rag, what's up? Last week I asked you Tanya versus Fan. You chose Tanya, and I thank God I started him because Fan had a fat 0. Hey, there you go, man. I'm glad I gave you the right answer. I was having a little sweats when I was reading that because I was hoping I didn't tell you to play Fan, but hey, that's let's go, baby. We called those, baby. Which team is your biggest rival? I mean, at the moment, probably the Titans, because we're competing with them for the division. Otherwise, growing up as a Colts fan, it's always been the Patriots. Not as much recently. Ty says, "Man, I hope we get our CVs back, but it's against the Jags, so I think we'll be all right." Yeah, exactly. Listen. Well, I don't know, man. Maybe Minshew Mania is back. And he might rip it a little bit. You never know, right? Matt says, yes, sir, 3 a.m. for me now, but I suppose to get a snowstorm. Dang, I'm jealous of a snow. I miss snow. I want to be in a snowstorm right now if I could. That sounds so cozy to me. Grizzly says, another waiver wire question. Who should I add of Lazard, Tim Patrick, Lynn Bowden? I think Lazard, but I don't. If he had to play somebody this week, I'd probably play Bowden or Patrick, in my opinion. Bowden is going to be a really good play if Gesicki and Barker are still out, so maybe prioritize him. I think he's a decent flex play. Let's see if I can get Akers. Yeah, I'm surprised Akers is still there. Hey Jan, you're about to see a funny reaction in a sec, I think. All right, let's see it. Pats fan, but Titans up, man. Henry is something else. I know, right? I know. Henry's a great guy. Jason says top 3 defenses this year. I'd probably say Colts, Rams, and I mean I feel like they're all sort of in the same category, but like it's like Steelers, Ravens, Miami. Miami and Steelers have been playing a lot better than the Ravens recently, so I'd say Colts, Rams, and then probably. I mean, honestly, Miami. I wonder who's been. I kind of want to look. Let's see who has been the top defenses by score this year, right? So if we go to DST and all, the top 3 are Steelers, Ravens. Oh, okay. So wait, actually no. I need to remember to sort because I forgot to do that earlier. The best ones are the Steelers, the Rams, and the Colts so far. Surprisingly, Washington's actually number 4, guys. Let's see where we're at. Shane, who are you targeting off your waivers in your leagues? I'm pretty set. I'm not really targeting anyone else. I'm just, I've been defense hoarding. I'm not really targeting anybody. I might try and pick up some more defenses just to hoard, but I feel pretty good right now. Jenny says, dope Christmas tree, must be crazy to start Taylor over Kamara, right? I'm struggling with this one. No, I don't think so. I actually think you go to Taylor over Kamara. Both are great players, but if you want to go Taylor over Kamara, you're very, very well. You're just. It's very just. Global warming, that magical mustache, jealous of it. I don't know what mustache y'all are talking about, but it's definitely not mine. Trubisky or Hurts, 4 points per throwing TD. Michael, I'd go Trubisky here, especially with the 4 points per TD. Chai says, what's your opinion on people in the consolation bracket still being involved in using free waiver wager seats during playoffs? The contenders in my league complain that losers shouldn't mess, but I don't know, it's a free league. Why shouldn't they be able to do it, right? The only thing you don't want to do is drop like all of your star players and like make it so that winners can pick it up. But losers are the people in the consolation bracket. They're more than welcome to make whatever moves they want. They're still fighting. They're in a tournament. Like their season shouldn't just end. So even though they might not be fighting for the prize, they're still fighting for pride and not to be last place. So I don't think there's anything wrong at all. Ty says for rushing upside maybe. I mean yeah, but in the 4 point league, I almost go Trubisky here. Talking Sports says, you probably don't remember, but I called that Drew Lock was going to pop up this week, and I won some good money after that. Thanks for the greens. Oh, for sure, yo. Drew Lock went well, dude. I don't know if I remember that, but hey, I believe it. Drew Lock, I think the Broncos surprised a lot of people, so hey, I'm glad. What was your bet? Was it just on Drew Lock, or was it on Denver? Johnny says, do you have more trust in Hill and Taylor or Akers and Julio? I don't think Julio's going to play, man. I think Julio's going to get shut down, Johnny, so I got to go Hill and Taylor here. Break remembers that call. All right, there you go. Rick says, I try to guess your waivers and get them just to piss you off. There's some snow where I live, but not all live. Jacob, remember where you live again. Talking Sports says, I probably just got lucky, but yeah, no, hey, that's a great call. Listen, part of it is also gut, part of it is your knowledge as well, but hey, that's a great call if you called it, man. Don't call it all just luck. Give yourself some credit for it. I give you credit for it. Matt says, I'm going for Kazicki, but I picked up Finn's defense instead. All right. Zach JJ, what's up? Pick 3 standard. Henry, Eckler, Montgomery, Gaskin, Carson. I go Henry, Montgomery, and maybe Carson here. Carson or Eckler. But I have Henry and Montgomery top there. Oh, Minshew's mustache, of course, duh. Burke just forgot there were other people in the league in general. Jason says, you got Mahomes or Rodgers from MVP? Mahomes, I think, slightly right now because the Chiefs are 11-1, right? Delvin, remember, I think Mahomes might have the slight edge right now. David says, if I could have easily won the whole league if only if McCaffrey healthy. Yeah. That's fantasy for you, right? That's why we gotta try and just build up our bench. Johnny says Miles Sanders shocked the whole world. He did. That was crazy. I don't think anybody was expecting that. If anyone here predicted that, yo, shout out to you. But I think most people, if you had to start Miles Sanders last week, you were not a big fan of it. Pegasus Sports says, does anyone know of a free lineup optimizer that or are they OP? I'm not sure of it. I didn't know that actually existed. I mean, also, I guess Talking Sports, can't you just use like the projections? Isn't that very similar? I wonder what a lineup optimizer would actually do. I am also your free lineup optimizer right here. So is chat. Tyvik says, do you use Fantasy Pros? I do not know. Catacomb Kid says, pick 4, Gallman, Rojo, Akers, Kamara, Lockett, Godwin. Akers, Kamara, Rojo if he's healthy, but he might not play. I'd probably go Akers, Kamara, Godwin, and Gallman then. Yeah. Jacob says Gardner Minshew has the best mustache ever. Best mustache, Gardner Minshew or Gio Bernard though? When Gio had that super stash, because he had a decent one. He had a decent one, man. Let's see. Ty says they have matchups you can only import one league though. Gotcha. Big G says Josh Jacobs, Carson, Teagans, Wayne Gallman, Lockett, McLaurin. Pick one RB, one running back, one wide receiver, one flex. Starting Waller in my other flex. I'd probably go Jacobs. Oh no, sorry, Jacob. Yeah, I would go Jacob, Carson, and then for the wide receiver, maybe go Lockett. Lockett or McLaurin is really a coin flip in my opinion right now. Break says Henry, Eckler, Carson, Diggs, Ridley, Woods, G's. Yeah, Allen, that's crazy. Yikes, good luck with that, man. Ty says Henry, Eckler gonna feast. Yeah, could very well be. Jacob says yeah, Gio has a great one. He does. Eric says anyone at Yahoo, let me know when your waivers went through. It should speed up because of less transactions. I don't know how it works on the server side of things, honestly. I don't know. Michael says Fant or Goddard. I like Goddard slightly more right now. Johnny says, what's two wide receivers in the flex I should start this week? Cup, MT, Allen, Hilton, or Julio if healthy? I don't think Julio's going to be healthy, so I'm going to go Allen. Or sorry, I'm going to go... If Keenan Allen's healthy, I'd probably go Hilton, MT, and Keenan Allen here. But he may not be ready for this week, so we'll see. But I think Julio's done for the season, guys. I think Julio's done for the season. I think CMC's done for the season. I think George Kittle's done for the season. Yeah, that's kind of it. Jacob says Goddard as well. Perfect. Matt says Burke. I traded that guy Carson for Hunt. Okay. Keith, what's up? Jeff Wilson or James Conner? Jeff Wilson, Mostert's out. Hey, I promise you I did not just read Burke's comments. But yeah, I like Jeff Wilson a lot here. James Conner is not very reliable right now. I don't know what's going on with that offense. That offense honestly seems to have downgraded a little bit. But I think Wilson slightly. Is Cup a better start over MT due to the matchup? Let me look at the matchups really quickly. So Rams schedule. Rams are playing the Jets, right? And then Saints are playing Chiefs. Maybe slightly. If you like Cup better, go for him. I liked what I've been seeing out of MT recently, is what I'll say. I'm not as scared of the Chiefs secondary, but the one concern about the Rams is that maybe they might just use Cam Akers the majority of the time to run it in. Soft defense, I can see them getting up early and just using the running game. That's only one concern I would have about Cup. Changes is Gibson done for the season? I think he very well could be. I think he very well could be. I haven't heard of anything that tells me he's going to comfortably come back this week or next week, so I think there's a chance. Brick says, Daniel says, I think these guys are out for the season. I'll make sure. Exactly. Ty says Hunt is actually RB6 in PPR. Okay, yeah. He's had some good games. He had a great game last week. Was a little down a few weeks ago, but yeah. He dropped nothing in the other weeks, so Carson over Hunt. Okay, Catacomb Kid, Miami or Browns? Catacomb, go look at my week 15 rankings pinned in the comment below. Johnny says Kittle could come back if they won their past two games, but they might as well just tank. Yeah, I agree. If they're not in playoff contention, I don't see like Panthers, Falcons, 49ers. If they're not in playoff contention, why risk further injuries to your star player, right? Any injury, it probably won't happen, but some injuries could be long lasting. It could be permanent. It could affect them. So I just don't see the point. I don't see the point. Let's see. Matt says Burke also have Carson and DK in week 16. Okay. Well says, can Eagles win the division with hers? Hey, they look good, right? Let me see what the NFC East is about right now, because it's still pretty close, isn't it? It'll be tight. Washington has been looking pretty decent. Eagles are back 2 games right now, right? Or 1.5. They're back 1.5 games right now, so maybe, but being back 2 games this late in the season is a little tough, in my opinion. Hey, it's NFC East, though. Anything can happen. I don't know who has the tiebreaker over who, but Washington's also on a 4-game win streak, so they're looking pretty decent right now. Ari says, banking on CMC being done for the season. If that dude plays, I make it to week 16. I'm screw my opponent and team will be insane. Hey, he might not play well though, right? But yeah, I think he might be done. Johnny says they might as well get a better QB or CB. The NFC is stacked. Parth, oh, what's up, Parth? How you doing, man? How are we feeling about Mitch? The next 2 weeks versus Mini and Jags. Have Big Ben and not feeling confident. Carr also available against LA Chargers and Miami. I don't mind Mitch, man. He's been doing decent, and even if he doesn't like give you the 3 TDs in 1 quarter, he's probably gonna give you garbage. So he's a very decent stream against 2 very exploitable defenses. Johnny says Ayuk was a sleeper stash, and now look at him. Yeah, for sure. I loved Ayuk, man. I loved Ayuk a lot. Ty says they aren't technically, but the mentality is additionally there. But keeping Debo out the rest of the fantasy playoffs, they're focused on the draft. Look at Miami's record last year. There you go. Raul, man, what's up, man? How you doing tonight? Johnny says I hate having Zeke. It's like the Drake situation. Yeah, it's tough. He's in a bad offensive situation right now. Mike says Big Ben versus Cincinnati or Rivers versus Houston. Let me look at these matchups really quickly. So honestly, they both feel like very, very similar to me. Both are like QB 2 tier QBs. I kind of go Rivers over Big Ben here, honestly. I think Big Ben has a higher upside, but I like Rivers for his consistency. So I'll leave that up to you. I feel like Rivers is almost guaranteed that like 17, 18, 19 points. Big Ben has been, I'm looking at stats now, he's been sort of up and down with it. He did go 29 against, he did score almost 30 points against Cincinnati last time they played, right? So if you want the upside, maybe go Big Ben here. Maybe Big Ben slightly. Stink Dog, what's up, man? 1 point PPR. If I can't get Jeff Wilson, I'll have to look at James Conner or DJ Chark in the flex. I mean, it could be worse, man. It could be worse. Rose says Schultz, Hurst, Komet, or Irv this week. I like Komet and Schultz for the floor. Irv is going to be a little bit more touchdown dependent. I don't mind Komet this week, actually. Kevin says pick up and start Jeff Wilson if Mostert misses. I think so, right? It depends on who else you have, but Wilson could very well be a very decent flex start. Jesus says, do you think Jared Goff is a good QB? Where would you rank him? He's a very inconsistent fantasy QB for me, so I would prefer to start other players in fantasy. Ty says, venting a week late, but about to sweep my consolation bracket with Herbert, Ryan, Cook, Eckler, A-Rob, Ridley, MT, and Hill. Really missed out on the playoffs by 2 points. That's rough, man. Listen, man, don't even get me started on my 14-man team with my stacked team that I magically traded for and picked up and didn't make the playoffs in. I was also the most points for in that league and did not make the playoffs. Rex says, I don't think Goff is a good QB, not fantasy-wise, but just skill-wise. Tysex, at Burke for sure. I think 49ers are going to focus on drafting CB first round, then picking up a QB in day 2, or potentially trade someone like a Stafford, maybe, right? Abby says, Daniel, can I drop Gio and DeAndre Washington to pick up Jeff Wilson and Gus the Buzz? I'm not a huge... I like the Wilson pickup, for sure. I would probably... Yeah, I like the Wilson pickup, but I'm not sure if I love the Gus the Buzz pickup. He's very, very TD dependent, in my opinion. Ty says Gio's a drop at this point. He says, is Golladay droppable for Bowden? It depends if you're going to start them or not, right? If you're just stashing, I would probably stash Golladay instead, even though I'm not sure he'll be back. But Bowden if you need someone to start this week. I'm assuming Golladay doesn't play this week. What do you think about Herbert this week? I think he's good. I think people are still down, rightfully so, but guys, just remember, he was playing at a very high QB1 level before. Johnny says, who is a better RB2 start? Zeke, Akers, McKissick, JT, Sanders. I don't know how I managed to get all these players or RB situation, LA, and any of this stuff. I don't think so at all, man. I think it's clear in Indy and LA right now. I think JT or Akers will be both good. I would go JT here. Breck says, I don't want to drop Golladay. I've got him too. I don't know, maybe for someone more surefire than Bowden. Yeah, exactly, right? F in the chat for everyone who got knocked out or out of the playoffs this season, right? F's, baby. Kevin Roy says, Burke, would you start Golladay his first week back with Stafford hurt? I don't know if I would do that, actually. Warren says, love the stream. Thanks, man. 0.5 PPR, Corey Davis or Rashard Higgins? To me, Corey Davis is a slightly safer pick. I think Higgins is very dependent on whether or not whether or not Baker decides like he's gonna play like a quarterback. So I think Corey Davis is slightly safer, man. But yo, man, welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you. Welcome to all the new players here. If you guys haven't checked it out yet and need help with defenses, I pinned in the comments my playoff week by week rankings. I also updated my week 15 rankings because a lot of things have changed. So if you do need defense help and you want to stash for this week and next week, go check that out because this would be a great time right now to start stashing for both this week and next week. Kevin says moved on to the second round because of my boy Tucker. There you go. Trading away Jimmy is possible given his team-friendly contract. Well, it says better week 16 defense: Kansas versus Atlanta, LA versus Denver, Houston versus City. Well, go check out the playoff video. It has the top 10 rankings as of last week there, but I'm sure I'm gonna make my updates after this week as well. Ari wants Stafford. Okay. Jason says, and I'm a Rams fan. You think it's reasonable for me to want the Rams to draft a quarterback first round? I mean, Goff is sort of doing it for them, right? Even if he's not a flashy quarterback, you guys have a good record. You guys are probably getting into the playoffs. I don't know that you guys would. You guys just gave him a huge contract too, so maybe you can trade him away. But Andy says, drop DeAndre Washington for Jalen Hurts. Currently have Taysom as a QB with Breeze on IR. If you don't need DeAndre Washington, sure. If you don't need him, that's fine. Burke doesn't like Jimmy G. Raul says, I have Keenan, Eckler, Jacobs, so I will basically know if I make the finals or not. That's funny. That's a tough one, but hey, at least you can stop worrying about it after Thursday, right? Hopefully I get a comment from you after Thursday night saying that you got it. Warren for the sub. Thank you so much, man. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the community, my friend. Pars says, Kedar says, can I drop Mixon? Don't want other teams to scoop him up. Can he play in week 16? He very much could, right? Only drop him if you can, you're picking him somewhat up over him to start this week. Otherwise, I would hold. There's no point in dropping him just for another stash, in my opinion. But I don't know if I would start him week 16, honestly. It's that offense is a little dicey right now. Part says Goff versus Jet this week or Big Ben versus Bengals. Steelers killing me right now. I'd probably go Big Ben, honestly. I think I like Big Ben a little bit because I can see the Rams getting up early and just running the ball. Ari says love Jimmy for his personality and connection with the team players, but not for his play itself. Rose says if you have IR Key Mixon, he'll be good week 16. Halo Media Records, Ravens or Seahawks? Halo, go check out the playoff video pinned in the comments. I have my most up-to-date Week 15 rankings in the comments. Ty says, is that Jimmy G coming from an objective point of view or Seahawks color glossy wear? Damn. Part says, damn, shout out to the people that won 30 and 3 on a pick'em. Shout out to the Eagles for the upside. I know, right? That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Parth, you and I have both been dethroned this week, but hey, we still got a few more weeks left. That 30 and 3 is impressive. Jeff Smart says, Thielen, Akers, Deontay Sanders, Jacobs, DK, who should I start top 5? I go Akers, DK, Thielen, Jacobs, and Sanders here. Halo says, Gus Edwards or Fournette? If Rojo is out, I would go Fournette. I don't trust any Ravens running backs right now. Berg says, it's coming from the objective POV on how badly he played, including against the Hawks. Okay. Best DST to stash for week 16. Chain, go look at the video. It's all on their top 10. So whoever, I would just go down the list and see, whichever defense is the best one. I've had stashes starting before week 14 for week 14, 15, and 16. So go check that out. Honor Rude, would you start the Rams in week 16? Yeah. Go check out and see if they're in my top 10. If they are, then I would start them for sure. Matt likes Gus. Okay, Matt's a Gus fan. Jason, I feel like Goff is the only weak part of our team. Every other aspect is so good. Yeah, the Rams have a solid team, man. I'm gonna mute Matt for spamming. Adarud says, okay, chance Goff or Herbert without Mike Williams and Keenan. I think keep an eye out. I think Keenan plays. I still go Herbert. I think. I don't think Keenan sits out. And Mike, I don't know if Mike Williams is officially out or not. Let's see. Darren Waller, what's up, man? How you doing? Welcome, dude. Yo, You guys took a beat down from the Colts this week, Darren. Break says you don't like Sanders even after last week. It's not that I don't like him. I just like the other people a little bit more. And Sanders broke off for a huge 80-plus yard TD, right? So take that away. Let me look at his production. So Sanders last week. Obviously, he's in a better spot now. 14 for 115. Yeah. See, I mean, if you took away the one big 80-plus yard touchdown, he'd have like 30, 40 yards and a touchdown, which isn't bad. It's not bad at all. But for someone who's not getting a lot of targets reception-wise, I would like to see a higher carry number than just 14. Riley says, why no Niners in your rankings this week? They're playing Dallas. I think I updated them, didn't I? Here, let's see. So guys, the updated week 15,
What's up, everyone? It's Daniel here. Today
rankings are pinned in the comments, and I think I have them at number 10. I have them on number 10. Raul. So they are in. Mike says, Bills are low-key good playoff defense and widely available. Yep, I have them number 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I have number 7 this week. I think they could be. They could be. Halo says Corey Davis, Gabe Davis, or Higgins. Pick 2. I'd go Corey Davis and Higgins here. I assume we're talking about Rashard Higgins and not T. Higgins. Chance Larson, man. Welcome to this community, and thanks for the sub, my friend. Dallas is coming together offensively. They are as well. That is why I also have them a little bit lower in my top 10. AP says, do you trust Hockenson without Stafford? I don't know if I could trust him. Without the main quarterbacks on any teams, it's very hard for me to trust them. But it depends on who else you have available. If you're gonna be playing someone like Dallas Schultz or like a Tyler Eifert, you probably go Hockenson, but depends on if you're able to stream anyone else. Rose says also, will you change your rankings of Cardinals defense change after seeing? Yeah, exactly. The Cardinals dropped out of my top 10 for this week, Raul. Big T says Nelson Aguilar, Mike Davis, Mike Williams, Brandon Cooks. Pick one to get off the waivers free slot. I go Mike Davis here, man. I go Mike Davis. I think he has the highest upside. Ty says, I wish Jimmy G's skills are as sharp as his jawline. Yeah, that's true, man. He's a pretty boy. Let's see where we at now. Let me catch up. Let's see where we're at. Jacob says I go Corey Davis and Gabe Davis. Matt says go Colts. Oh, hell yeah. Love it. 80, 60 yards. Well, yeah, so something like that, right? But overall, I don't remember exactly what it was, but his numbers would not have looked as enticing, and he would have only had, I mean, obviously he probably would have had more yards, right? But that's just something that I'm considering. Big T says Hurts ran 80 times. That's why I'm starting Hurts this week. Murray versus Hurts. Hope it's the game of the year. Hey, it could be. It could be. Rose says didn't see the. No worries at all, man. I was trying to figure out the best way to make the update. I thought about making a different video, but I just thought that would make things a little bit more messy. I'd rather just keep everything there. So yeah, guys, I will most likely be making my week 16 ranking updates in the comments after the games next week. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, unfortunately, YouTube isn't a great platform for saying hey guys, I just made an update. I did post it in my Instagram today, but yeah, not as easy to just make a quick update in there unless I wanted to make a completely different video. He says Kirk, AB, or CD. Is there anyone else you can pick up? Hey, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of any of them right now. Caden says Titans or 49ers defense. I don't think I have the Titans in my top 10, so I go 49ers this week. Ari says Sanders has put me on an emotional roller coaster this season. Done well on my bench poorly when I started him, and injury ridden throughout the season. Yeah, yep, he is. Mead says he's done it 4 times this year. He's a home run hitter. He says Mark Andrews or TJ Hockenson with no Stafford. I would probably go Mark Andrews here. He's actually been okay in that offense. AP says, would you play Logan Thomas over Stafford? Are you talking about Hockenson? If it's Hockenson, if Stafford's not playing, I'd probably go Logan Thomas here. Kind of like how Barkley was because of how bad their O-line was. I love Dallas. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Dalton Schultz. My bad, guys. Is Amari Cooper a sit for remainder of the season? Not necessarily. Halo. He's I think he's a very solid wide receiver 2. Yeah, solid wide receiver 2. He's been getting the consistent volume. Ari says, I'd go Andrews to Stafford is out. Perfect. Jacob says, I hated Sanders in fantasy this week, but he went off. Whenever I'm super high on someone, they always be terrible. Whenever I'm very low on, they always go, hey, Jacob, you got to keep us updated so we can literally play the exact opposite of who he's starting instead, right? Meek says, breaking news, Andrew Luck coming out of retirement to win the Steel. That would be sickness. But hey, listen, all you Philip Rivers and T.Y. Hilton haters out there, they're starting to look good, man. They're starting to look good. Reggie says, hey man, I'm currently in the finals of my league. Yo, congrats. I'm currently in a rough place flex-wise. Would you rather go Corey Davis, Jeff Wilson, or some other waiver pickup? I would love your input. I like both. I think Corey or Jeff are great flex plays, Razor. Corey Davis, I would say, is going to be the safer play for a floor, but Jeff Wilson has a ability to go off. So I would take a look at your matchup and projections and see if you need the points or if you need the floor. Corey Davis, I think, is very, very safe. Jeff Wilson should be good this week, but you know, as we've seen with the 49ers, they could be playing running back carousel. They could be a committee. Mostert might even be there, right? So I would only consider Jeff Wilson if Mostert is out. Part says, are you ripping Chicago with a 3-2? Yep, exactly, Part. This is Chicago hat. Rose says, Terry, Deontay, or Corey Davis. Honestly, I might go Corey Davis. I think I might go Terry / Corey Davis and then Deontay. I'm a little bit worried. I'm not worried about Deontay, but his performance and his ability to hold on to a football in the last few weeks has been a little concerning. Corey Davis, in my opinion, is the safest bet here. Sting Dog says 1 point PPR, Tanyan or Andrews. I think I like Tanyan a little bit more. Both are actually really good, but I think you know, to me, they're very, very equal. I normally like Tanyan better, but Andrews has been seeing a lot of volume and has developed that you know, a consistency with Lamar. So they're actually very, very similar to me. I would probably go Tanyan between the two, but they're very, very close. It could be just a flip of a coin. Rick says Amari Cooper is a reliable wide receiver too. I agree. Parsons is probably going to start Corey Davis and AB this week. AMA, Jesus Christ. Derrick Henry loves taking over games. Yeah. AB, I think, is okay. I'm starting to think AB's floor is a little bit lower than we thought. Parsons, let's see. Jeff Smart says Tanyan or Logan Thomas. I still like Tanyan a lot. I think Logan Thomas has a very, very solid floor. I like Tanyan. Both are great plays, though. Tysus, would you drop Chark for the rest of the season? It's been an overall year for him the rest of the season. Scary with Ravens, Chicago. Burke, exactly what you said. Depends on for who, Ty. And it depends if this is someone that you're stashing or it's someone going to be a starter. AB says, picked up Jeff Wilson. Pretty obvious you play him over Swift. Not necessarily. I think they're in two very, very similar spots. I think Jeff Wilson may get more carries, but honestly, I don't know that it's necessarily like for sure that you would play him over Swift. Have the waivers gone live? I think it's gone live for some people, Jason. I haven't checked mine yet. Ari says, Jacob, would you mind being super high on AJ Brown and Devontae this week? Thanks to homie a lot. Daniel would agree, but I wouldn't AP. Yeah, Burke, surprisingly, I wouldn't 100% agree. Halo says, is Peyton Barber a drop? How did he do last week? I'm kind of curious. I wanted to follow up on his. Was my prediction right that he was going to get less than 50 yards? Yep. So he got 37 yards and 0 TDs. So my prediction was less than 50 yards and 0 to 3 TDs. I don't love him. He's a very TD dependent kind of guy, man. Break says, I'll say it again for anyone that misses Swift will get 11 carries, 7 receptions, at 106 for 116 on TD this week. There you go. Rachel says, thank you for the help, man. Very much appreciate it. Yeah, for sure. Thanks for the question, man. And thanks for stopping by. Raleigh says, interesting. I'll say Deontay or Godwin. I like Godwin slightly more. Parsons, I've been liking gin and tonic recently. I think this is growing. Oh, for sure. 100% Parth. Listen, Parth, get into it a lot. Gin and tonic is going to be one of the easy drinks for you. Like it's a very, very tasty, very good classic. Once you get a little bit more experience with it, we'll go into different variations and how to make it like super, super tasty. But listen, man, gin and tonic, I love gin and tonic. We'll have to get you We'll have to get some like floral gin, some like different flavored gins. We'll have to mess with some like, you know, fancy tonics. Get some elderflower in there. If you ever hear elderflower associated with a gin and tonic or any drinks, get it. Just, you know, don't even worry about what it is. Just get it. It's good. Ty says, it doesn't matter for me. Only free agents value are Russell Gage, Gabriel Davis, and Tampa Bay. That's not bad. Hey, Tampa Bay D could be okay. Tampa Bay D might be okay, man. Amy says, waivers, man, I didn't get anyone except for Jalen. That's not bad. Jalen's a good pickup. Big Cheese says, Jacobs, Carson, Akers, Cooper, Robbie Anderson, Deontay Johnson, Ayuk, Jarvis, Landry. Start one running back, one wide receiver, and one flex. I'd go Carson, Akers, and then Ayuk, I think here. Yeah, I think I go Carson, Akers, and Ayuk here. Jacobs, you could also, you know, plug in for one of the guys. But I think I'm higher on Carson Akers this week. James, what's up, man? How you doing? Hey, man, should I start Ayuk and Hilton over Jefferson and McKissick? I think you should 100% start Hilton this week. As for Ayuk and Jefferson, I think that's sort of a toss-up for me. I think Ayuk's been super consistent, right? So I don't think it's a bad choice that you want to start them, but I would flip a coin and see who you like between Ayuk and Jefferson. I'm really high on T.Y. Hilton this week. Break says I would play Jefferson for sure, James. I'm not sure McKissick for Harrison, but Jefferson over Ayuk. Okay, hey, yeah, Jefferson's also been great. You know, Jefferson's been a very top tier wide receiver. So what Break says has you know, is valid. Regis says Ahmed is available as well as Gabe Davis. Only two I would consider. I don't know if Ahmed's going to be relevant this year. I think when he comes back, Gaskin will be back too. So I'll go for Gabe Davis here. I don't love his volume as much as the fact that you know, he's been actually getting a lot of touchdowns. So not bad. James says even though tough game against the Bears, yeah. That's the only reason I was thinking maybe Ayuk there, but I think between Ayuk and Jefferson, go with who you like better. Kartik says, thoughts on Huntress this season? I think he should be okay. He's like a very, like, his floor is RB2, RB3, but he has RB1 ceiling, right? So he's a very interesting type of back with the situation that he's in. I still think that the Browns are a run-heavy team, so at the very least, I think he should be an okay flex. You know, listen, the matchups are great, and if the Browns get it early and actually play to, you know, the potential that they can be, they'll most likely actually rely on Hunt more, so that might bump him up slightly more. Jamie, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Any news on Gesicki? I don't think so just yet. Let me look. I'll Google and see what the latest news is. 19 hours ago, Gesicki he is still questionable, so we don't know yet, unfortunately. Jeff says, how do you think Thielen will do this week? I think, you know, he's just one of those guys that's like a little bit less matchup dependent. Always has the ability to go off as a wide receiver one. I think he's a start unless you have some better guys over him. Hell says, when do you drop handcuffs like Jamal Williams and Tony Pollard? If you feel like there's someone else that is going to be more valuable to your team, honestly. I know that sounds very generic, but if it's someone else that you're going to start this week, or, you know, at this point, there's not as much value in stashing. So if you are stashing, or sorry, like stashing for like long term, right? We know Jamal and Tony both have good value, and they can both perform very well if their starters get hurt. But at this point, it's just about loading up your bench, you know, getting ready for week 16, getting the right matchups, getting the right defenses. Breck says, I think Hunt will outperform similar to how he did early this season. Can expect solid RB2 numbers with upside. I like it. Reggie says, what are your thoughts on Galladay? Do you believe he'll return this week? I'm a big fan of the gin and tonic as well. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I have a feeling he might not return. It sounds like it's a combination of the injury plus like contract extension talks. So not great, right? Not great at all. But we'll see what happens with him. He's I mean, he should have returned like 3-4 weeks ago, but he hasn't. AP says, thoughts on Michael Pittman against a weak Houston defense? I think it's going to be more. I think honestly, more people are it's going to be more of the TY and running back show than Pittman, I think he's still going to be fine. I think he's going to be like sort of wide receiver 3 tier. I don't know if I would necessarily start him. Like, it's a risk to start him. It's a risk to start him, but he's still going to get a decent amount of targets. Jamie, man, how you doing tonight, man? Welcome, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us for waiver wire camping. Chances Pats DSC versus Tua. Do you think Belichick shuts him down like he did Chargers? I think there's a good chance. I think Belichick does very well against rookie quarterbacks, and that's why I bumped the Pats into my top 10 this week. Parsons squeaked my way into the semis. I'm pre-clinched for this week. There you go, man. Crazy how AB outscored Evans and Godwin last week. I need Brady to start slinging. Yeah. Burke says it's good to hear. If Dan hits 400 subs by Thursday, everyone in chat wins this week, so let's hope. I know, right? Everyone wins, boys. Jacob says Godwin only got 4 points. Godwin did not do well this week. I'm ready for that shotgun at 400. Yeah, if by Thursday, right, guys? If by Thursday. Raul says Mahomes, Jacobs, Eckler, Keenan, Komet, Godwin versus Brady, Demont, Carson, Devontae Adams, Diggs, Jonah, Miles Sanders. Who do you have? Team 1 or 2? I like Team 2 slightly more. James says Drake or McKissick. I think Drake has a higher upside. Let me just see how Drake did this week, guys. Drake this week. Yeah, I think Drake has a slightly higher upside. He's getting the volume. And last 4 weeks, he's been getting double digits, so don't mind Drake. And they're playing Philly. Cole Kmet or Logan Thomas? Logan Thomas is safer in my opinion. I would go Logan Thomas over Kmet. Sarcastic welcome. D-Hop, Adams, AJ Brown, MT, start 2. I'd go Adams and AJ Brown here. Eric says, I think Deontay's ball dropping situation might benefit him this week, meaning that Tomlin wants to get his confidence back ASAP heading into the first. Hey, maybe it could be. He always has the ability to do well, right? He's a good player. Ari says my waivers card got Ayuk and Hilda. Yo, that's great. That's a huge pickup for this week, dude. That's huge. I'm surprised they're still there, but that's a huge haul, dude. Sarkisic says start 3 running backs: JT, Eckler, Monty, Akers, Sanders, Davis. I'd go JT, Monty, and then either Akers or Eckler here. Is your league PPR? Because of PPR, I would maybe go Eckler. Because he's in less of a committee. Standard, maybe Akers. Jacob says Adams and AJ Brown for sure. Okay. Burke says JT, Eckler, and Monty Prob. Yeah, I like that. I mean, those 3 are, in my opinion, they're going to be the better running backs this week, and they have the better matchups. Jeff says Hurts, Rivers, Trubisky, Ryan, Kirk this week, or any other QB streams. Rivers is going to be the safest. Trubisky has, I think he has a slightly higher upside this week. And then Hurts is, I know people like him. I think he's a wild card. If you have other guys, if you want to play it safe, I would maybe not start him. But if you want some, fun and excitement, start Hurts. I don't know if playoffs is necessarily the time to do it, but hey. Could be, right? Could be. Court, what's up, man? Help me out. Rose says Sanders or Akers this week. I like Akers. Court says help me with my 2 running backs. Robbie 2 PPR. Jeff Wilson or any of the Miami running backs. If Jeff Wilson, if Mostert doesn't play. Jacob says Eckler, Monty, and JT. Perfect. Burke says Rivers has been surprisingly very consistent. He has been. People like to they really just gave him a lot of they gave me an earful about how Phillip Rivers is washed and whatever. But hey, look at his numbers over the last 8 weeks. He's been doing very well. Not someone who's gonna get you 30 plus, but hey, gonna get you at least 17, 18 points. Ari says top guy in the league who is last on the waiver order somehow took Akers from under my nose. He also appears to be the league manager. Maybe he rigged the system because I know I claimed him. Top guy in the league who's also last. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds a little sketchy. Did you claim Akers as your number 1 guy, Ari? China says team 1, Watson, Hopkins, Cup, Henry, McKissick, Jefferson, Hawkinson versus team 2, Kyler, Thielen, Beasley, JT, Akers, Drake, Waller. Okay, if you're asking which one I think is gonna win, I think probably. I like team 1 slightly more. but pretty close. Halo says drop Jamal Williams and Pollard for Gabe Davis, Rashard Higgins, or Chicago defense. If you had to do it, I'd probably go Rashard Higgins and Chicago Bears defense. Sarcastic, you're welcome, man. Razor says, do you believe I can start Hunt over McKissick? Yeah, I think you could. Hunt has a hunter upside. I think McKissick is a little bit safer, especially in PPR. If it's not PPR, I would go Hunt. But I think Hunt over McKissick is a fine move. Aaron says, am I overthinking by going Tannehill over Russ? Not necessarily. I think I would go Russ over Tannehill, but Tannehill he's able to produce QB1 numbers. So if you prefer him, he's honestly probably been a little bit better production-wise over the last few weeks. Jacob says, I would start Hunt over McKissick. Rose says, Wilson if Mostert doesn't play, or Josh Jacobs. I think I like Josh Jacobs. Who did the Raiders play this week? Let me see. I think I might like Josh Jacobs slightly more here because he's not in as much of an RBBC. Part says, I think with Hurts, it's good to remember the Eagles offense sucks. That rushing upside is undeniable. Yeah, for sure. Eric says, I think so. Tennessee should dominate the game on the ground. I play Russ. Alex says, hello. What's up, Alex? How you doing, man? Ari says, I might have done Ayuk first, but I don't know if that... Yeah, it does matter. So if you go Ayuk first and he chose Cam Akers first, he's going to get Cam Akers because your second one's going to go through the second round of picks. So, yeah, that's what happens. Alex says, is there anywhere I can send you my roster for some help? Yeah, just put it on here, Alex. Just type it out. Speedy Spook. Gallman versus Browns or banged up Jacobs versus Chargers. I think I like Jacobs slightly more. Let's see what his status is and maybe make a decision before Thursday, but I prefer Jacobs over Gallman. Eric says, let's see. Yep. Just type it up for sure. Jacob says Aaron Rodgers has been way more consistent than last year. He has been. I honestly drafted him this year as like a meme draft because I play with a bunch of Packers fans, and he ended up being my starting quarterback. So, yeah. Big T says Josh Jacobs is statistically having a worse season than last year. Hopefully, it's due for a blow-up game. Yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing is whether or not he's healthy. Honestly, biggest thing. Aaron Rodgers is going to be the QB1 this week. Anyways, I'm going to bed. Peace. Yo, peace out, Matt. And we'll talk to you soon, man. Thanks for stopping by. Robbie says, hopefully JJ has 3 TD games this week. Hey, you never know. It could happen. It could very well happen. Big G says, damn straight, Jacob. I had Rodgers last year for a bit. Remember, I dropped him to the waivers. Yep. Robbie says, I hope Jones blows up this week because I'm against Adams. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, obviously, I still think, in my opinion, the Packers are a more pass-heavy team. It is what it is. I think Jones is, he's in a decent situation, right? But, yeah. Also, boys, I need to update the subscriber count. We are currently at 386. So, guys, for anyone who's new, well, first of all, welcome. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Please ask any questions you want. We do answer all questions here, and if I do miss anybody, I will get back to you. So just let me know if I'm going down the list and I miss yours. But what I told our friends earlier was that our sub goal is to get to 400 by Thursday. If we do, number one, everyone's guaranteed a win this week in fantasy. So a good incentive to you. But if we do hit that before Thursday, we will be doing a viewer choice of either a shot of whatever y'all want, or a shotgun of a beer. So here it is. We just updated. We're at 386. So thank you for everyone who's up tonight. That's awesome. Break says if Jacob either does or has multiple TDs. Ari says some good names like Dobbins, McKissick, AB, Marvin's, Rashard, but no one else I'm too interested in. Alex says, so my team is okay. Let's see. So let's look at Alex's team here, chat. Lamar, Chubb, Cam Akers, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Ridley, Logan Thomas, Steelers D, and Butker as a kicker. I have CEH, Miles Sanders, and Ayuk as bench with PPR. Okay, so it's a good start right now. I think those guys are all good. I would go. You start Lamar. You start Chubb, Akers. You start Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill. I would probably go Ridley in your flex here over CEH or Miles Sanders. You have Logan Thomas there and Steelers D. I like that. So yeah, Adams, Tyreek, you have to start. Akers and Chubb, I think you have to start too. And I like Ridley in your flex there, man. drop the like, Eric. Yo, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Razor, do you know why Murray's numbers have been lowering lately? I'm hoping for a big game by him this week. Yeah, he had a shoulder injury that I think he's been recovering on, and he's been steadily getting better. With his injury over the last few weeks, I think they were more cautious with him and wanted him to run less. That's why his numbers went down. A lot of his, the big reason why his numbers were up earlier was because of his rushing ability and the ability to get into the end zone. That's why we saw an uptick in Drake over the last 4 weeks, because instead of just using Kyler for both running and passing, they started using Drake more, and it's great for Drake. Murray's still going to be able to put up good numbers, but it just made Drake a little bit more relevant. So that's, in my opinion, that's why. It's because of the injury and them wanting him to take less contact. Shotgun a stout. Oh, that's gonna be tough. How do you have Devontae Adams, Tyreek and yeah, that's stacked Parth, right? Ryan D says Logan Thomas just came available and my waivers. Take him for Goddard or Hunter Henry. They're all very similar. I think I actually do really like Logan Thomas a lot, but I think they're all very similar. So I don't know that you'd actually need to. It's a lateral move if you make the change. I don't think you'd be losing anything. I don't know if you'd necessarily be getting anything. Burke says QB Lamar, running back Akers, Chubb, wide receivers Hill, Adams, flex relay. Perfect. We agree. Rayan says Jordan Reed or Jonnu Smith. I don't love either. Do you have anyone else that you can pick up there? China says Cup or Tim Patrick. You got to go Cup here, man. Way better wide receiver in a better situation. Sarcastic says waivers are Baker, Rivers, Ryan, Locke, Newton. If you had to choose, I would probably go Baker or Rivers here. Baker for the slightly higher upside but more inconsistency. River for the steady like QB2 numbers. Jacob says Tyler Bass or Jason Sanders. I think it's a flip of a coin here. I will let you know more. I'll have to. I honestly haven't looked into the kickers at all this week yet. Alex says, what are my chances as well as winning against Wilson, Henry, Robinson, Hopkins, Michael, Thomas, Higbee, Keenan Allen, Ravens C. I'm up 4 point. I like your team better, Alex. I like your team better, especially with a 14-point lead. I think your chances of winning are high. Hart says AB versus Atlanta or Corey Davis versus Detroit this week, and Mostert's out plugging in Jeff Wilson for one of them. I think I might like Corey Davis slightly more here, man. Less mouths to feed, and we know that Corey Davis is consistently going to get production, right? Rayan says, do you think Chubb will still do good looking at how Hunt was last week? I absolutely think he will. Chubb is still their main back. I think Chubb is always going to get more volume than Hunt. Did you know Logan Thomas was drafted as a QB? Was he actually? That's actually really interesting. Hart says, never doubt the full Chubber, especially against Giants. There you go. Alex says, so I got Devontae by trading Justin Jefferson and Jonathan Taylor when a homie needed RB bad. Nice. Okay, that's great. That's great, Alex. That's a great trade for you, man. Devontae is going off. Chubb to Super Bowl too. Yep, Chubb is far. I agree. Desert Fish, what's up? Full PPR, Dobbins, Wilson, or Samuel? I kind of actually like Samuel here, man. Jeff says, going to bed, but is there any way we can contact you with last minute questions between week 15 starts? Yeah, so Jeff, I will be live streaming more, so feel free to catch one of those. Otherwise, just comment on the latest video. I'll be able to answer there. But yeah, we'll get a few more streams and we'll have a start sit video out, Jeff. And yeah, I don't know if you subbed yet, but if you like the content, feel free to sub and you can get notifications on whenever that stuff comes out. But we'll likely be streaming an hour before the Thursday night game for like a quick Q&A. Mark says there's usually late stream Saturday night for last minute. Yep, that as well. Raul says Corey Davis kind of shed the bed last week, but did so did Deontay and Terry, so I have no idea who to play. Let's see how Corey Davis did last week. Yeah, Corey Davis didn't do well last week, but I sort of consider it as an outlier, in my opinion. Well, also because the game script allowed the Titans to just run the ball, right? So the Titans attempted 24 passes and 40 rushing attempts, so game script. Alex does also need help with my second. For sure, man. Just post it in here. Well, we're more than happy to help you, Alex. Let's see it. But I'm kind of curious to see if your second team is as stacked as your first one. Raul says, my thoughts is Washington will be down early versus Seattle, so they'll have to feed Terry. It could be. But hey, with how Seattle's been playing, it might be a close game, dude. Ari says, Chubb's going to be fine. I think they turned to Hunt more because they were playing catch-up and needed Hunt's receiving abilities to get back down the field quickly. Burke says, didn't Hunt score on a quiz or something? Maybe. I didn't watch that, actually. Eric got Blankenship, Wilson, Hurts, Aguilar. Let's go, baby. Yo, Blankenship, best pickup for you, Eric. Let's go. What will you say about my team? Burke. And I guess, chat, what do you guys think? Seattle or Washington this week? If you guys have to pick. Also, for anyone who is new here, this thing, this little winners thing we do is for, we do a weekly pick'em challenge. And yeah, I get my picks. Y'all get to give your picks. It's just a fun little competition. So this will come out. I actually probably should get it out Wednesday night, Wednesday evening. So feel free to take a look at that. Man, Russ. Let's see. Seattle all day. Okay. McLaurin, Lockett, T. Higgins, who I got. I would probably go McLaurin here for the highest upside. Cardick says, aren't the Titans still likely to go run heavy against Detroit? It depends on Stafford's playing. I think if Stafford plays, they have a better chance of not getting run up early. Chase Young's too scary. He is. Ray, looking at only Titans available right now are Zach Ertz, Hayden Hurst, Jared Evans, or stick with either Jordan Reed. Oh, geez. If you want to go for maybe, I would say maybe Jonnu or, Jordan Reed maybe. He gets the volume, right? Let me look at Jonnu and see how he's been doing. Jordan Reed's been getting around 5 targets a game. What's Jonnu's been doing? Was Jonnu involved last week? I'm assuming he's not, right? Yeah, man, I might go Jordan Reed here over Jonnu. He says, imagine if the Rams drafted Dak instead of Goff, right? Washington has a good D too. They do. Alex says Wilson, Henry, Jay Taylor, Devontae, McLaurin, Justin Jefferson, Matt Ryan, Ravens defense, Graham Gano, Akers, McKissick, Corey Davis D1. So I'd go Wilson, I'd go JT and Akers. For wide receivers, I'd go Devontae, Justin Jefferson, and then for your flex, I'd probably either go McKissick or Corey Davis here. Big T says, I'm going Seattle. I think it's going to be a close game, and Seattle will struggle offensively for most of the game. Okay. He says, 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, flex. Connor, Mike Davis, Jeff Wilson, Tyreek, AB, CD, Beasley, Galladay, Kirk, Hawk, Logan. So I would go Mike Davis, Jeff Wilson if Mostert's out, Tyreek Hill, AB, I don't know how many that is. So Mike Davis, Jeff Wilson, Tyreek, AB, then Hawk if Stafford's playing. Otherwise, maybe Beasley as long as Jonathan Taylor, as long as John Brown isn't back. China says Cup gets scripted out sometimes. So last game he got bailed out with a TD on 1 play. He was on the field. Yeah. Dickinson says the first number of your league. It's the first number of your league. It's probably 5 or higher. My Hawks are a match approved. It'll be close no matter who the opponent is. Washington's better. Damn, okay. Okay, chat, who else starting? Jalen Hurts, Big Ben, Taysom Hill, Ryan Tannehill. Ooh. Yeah, chat, I'm kind of curious to see what to say. How do you choose which kicker to start? I currently have Gu and Sanders. How do you determine matchup better? A lot of it depends on if I feel like the offense is going to move and stall. I kind of also look at the Vegas line to see, what the over-under is, if it's going to be a high-scoring game. But I try to look for a good balance between offenses that are going to score all the time and get in the end zone versus the ones that are not even going to get past 50. You want the offenses that you will either going to score a lot or are going to be sort of held up before the end zone. That's sort of how I do it. Razor, let's see, Drake or Hunt at flex. I like Drake slightly more. Versus Tannehill. Raul says, need a kicker this week, can't start Lutz. Why can't you start Lutz? What are your thoughts on your kickers being on the same team as your opponents? QB steals 1 point. That's not. Sure. I don't think you need to worry about that. You just go for it because maybe the kicker gets all the points. Maybe the QB doesn't, right? So I don't think you need to worry about that at all. Alex says, in Justin Jefferson not playing. Oh, sorry. You played Derrick Henry. I think I missed that. Derrick Henry, if you play. Let me see. Let me go back up there. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't see Henry. So we go Henry, JT, Adams, Jefferson, and then Akers. That's what I would go there. Jacob says Blankenship is an MVP kicker. I love it. I love it. And Jamie says if Alex Smith doesn't play this week, it'd be hesitant to start Logan Thomas. If Smith does play, he's a great matchup against it. I think Logan Thomas will be fine with Haskins, honestly, as well. Because I don't remember how much Haskins played last week, but Logan still did very well against a tough defense, man. Big T says, Burke, I think Tannehill has the safest floor out of all of them. Easy 15 plus, but I feel like Jalen could very well go off. Listen, guys, if you guys feel it in your guts and you want to go Jalen this week, go for him. Go for him. You know? Raul says, let's see. Raul says, Lutz has been terrible. I think Peyton will be going for a 4th down versus Chiefs a lot. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Big T's, yeah, Cat is looking for attention right now. Dog is asleep. Kartik says, how do you rank Hunter Henry among TNs? I like him. I like him. He's shown us that he can do a lot more recently, and he's been getting those steady targets. So I do like Hunter Henry. I'd probably say like top 7 in my opinion. Yeah, he's been looking pretty decent. Love your cat. I'm not the center of attention. I know, right? I gotta let him just like chill down here because usually he just like chills down here. What's up, cat? But when he wants attention, he'll get you'll know when he wants attention. Aaron K, what's up? Pick 2, Cook, Carson, CH, Mostert, Wilson, Ronald Jones. I'd go Cook and Carson here, for sure. Jacob says, which is the best QB wide receiver duo? It's got to be Adams and Rodgers, man. How do you feel about Mike Davis or Robinson? I like both. I think Robinson, to me, is a slightly better back, but it'll probably be matchup dependent. I like both as starters. Luis, what's up, man? If Julio's out, do I play T.Y. Hilton, Brandon Cooks, or Gage? Go T.Y. Hilton. I haven't made my starter sit yet, Luis, but I think T.Y. Hilton's going to be top, like very close to the top of my list for start of the week. Ryan says, if you need big points, I go James Robinson. I like Robinson a little bit more. Rick says, Hilton Cooks is injured and Gage is bad. Keep riding the J-Rob train. He's great. I agree. Alex says, so the team should be Wilson, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Devontae Adams, McLaurin, Cam Akers, play Matt in the... No, sorry. I would play Justin Jefferson over McLaurin, in my opinion, Alex. I think he has a higher upside. And I don't know if I love McLaurin with Haskins. We'll have to see who's the actual starter. That's a big thing. That's the biggest thing. Eric says, here are my new lineup options. Herbert or Hurts. I go Herbert. Taylor, Hunt, Wilson, CMC. CMC's not going to play. I go Taylor and maybe Hunt here. We'll have to see what Mostert's thing is, right? Wide receivers, D-Hop, Keenan Allen, Kuti, Beasley, Aguilar. I would go D-Hop, Keenan Allen. Kickers, Blankenship for sure. I like Blankenship. Defense, Buffalo should be okay. Yeah, that's what I would go, Eric. Rose says, is Penny back this week playing against Carson in 2 leagues? I don't know if he is, but I also don't know if he's going to be like really relevant. Chase Cup or Crowder? I like Cup a little bit. How did Crowder do last week? I want to see. So many players I still like. And guys, this is like I'm kind of just spitting based off of matchups. I have like between now and Thursday is when I do my start sit stuff. So I like Cup a little bit more. Also, chat. Let me know your thoughts. So based off of like my analytics on my video, it seems like people are more engaged and overall more interested in my start sit videos when I post them on Saturday mornings instead of Thursday. So this week would be Friday morning instead, right? So like if I did post a start sit video, the earliest I would do is Thursday morning because that will encompass the Thursday game. But would you guys prefer one that comes out like a little bit later, like maybe Friday morning instead, so that we have the most up-to-date information? Or do y'all just prefer something that's like Thursday morning so we have the entire week? Like, what do you guys prefer? I just don't know if people care enough about the Thursday night games for start sits. Let's see. Yeah, my cat does love attention for sure. Aaron says, Mostert rule. Do you think Cook and Carson are still safer options? Yeah, Carson and Cook 100% for sure. Part says CMC will definitely come back week 17 for a metaphorical victory. There you go. Just curious where your current team's up, if you don't mind sharing. Yeah, Jury's there. Once the questions slow down a little bit, I will share the one league that I'm still in. That it's my main league. I will share that. I'll just screen share with y'all. But he isn't going to do anything significant, I don't think. Carson's a Hawks main back. I agree. Alex says, okay, JJ over McLaurin, and in the upkeep matter, maybe pick up Hurts. Oh yeah, I think Hurts actually has maybe a slightly higher upside if you can play QB there. So what would you do? I have the Ravens defense. I put in Robinson. I'm gonna play myself. I mean, if you don't want to do that, like, I mean, I think it's fine because at that point you're just kind of hoping the Ravens force turnovers with Minshew, right? If you don't like it, maybe see if there's another defense in my top 10 that you would rather play. Raul says, yeah, true, but at least he would steal a couple carries. Raiden says, either way, it might be a lose-lose. Yeah, it's a little tough when you kind of have that going, right? But listen, there's always a very realistic situation that your defense and the opposing running back can both do very well. Hunter does that too, doesn't matter. Cushis, can I get a timeout? Rams says Rams will most likely be a head-out game and run. The Jets will be playing from behind. So Cup, I'm not a huge. I think Crowder's going to have trouble this week. He had trouble last week, so I think Cup is a safer play based on the targets that he gets. Ray, you can't sit your stud and Ravens. You will probably shut down the passing game. Yeah. Claudio says I have way too many running backs. Please help. Davis, Akers, Sanders, Swift. JT pick 3. I go JT, Akers, and either Davis or Sanders. Davis I think is a little bit safer, but Sanders has a higher ceiling. I might actually go Davis over Sanders, but if you like Sanders better, go for him. Robbie says waivers got cleared. I got commit. Bye Hurts and Holds. Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad. Part says Friday definitely. I think the start sit for that one. Thursday game is easy to see. Interested to see what that Saturday attraction. Yeah. So usually the Saturday attractions have been a lot better, is what I'll say. Because the issue is with Thursday. If I post it Thursday, I think it's nice for people to look at, but most people care about it closer to the game day, and the video kind of gets forgotten. So yeah, if you guys think Thursday isn't as helpful because you know who you're gonna start Thursday, maybe I'll post it Friday instead for the Saturday and Sunday games this week. But yeah, thanks for that feedback, Parth. Eric says if Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are out, that might mess things up, but those look like game time decisions, so I vote video after Thursday outcome. Okay. I like that. If Keenan Allen out, I'm just forfeit. That's hilarious. Let's see. Aaron says my wide receivers are Tyreek, AJ Brown, McLaurin, and Higgins. I'm 1,000% starting Tyreek. Agree. Dumb to bench AJ Brown because I feel like Titans will just run over, and McLaurin's tough because of B. Yeah, I would say if I had to rank them, I go Tyreek, AJ, McLaurin, and Higgins. If you're talking about T Higgins, I don't think he's not that great anymore. If you're talking about Rashard Higgins, I think he's a good stash potential flex in the future. But you've got three starters that are really good there. Luis says, I won my playoff game by 1 point. I had Debo in my line. Hey, that's good. Listen, doesn't matter how much you win by, right? As long as you win. Alex says, I really do think my teams have a good chance of winning. Yeah, I like it. Listen, Alex, your team is stacked. All right, so as for the previous question, I will show my one team this week, and you guys can help me make the lineup changes. So let's see. Let me pull this up. All right. So here's what we got, boys. First seed, we've got. So I think I'm fine with Kyler starting this week. I've got JT, Akers, and Chubb here. That's my 3 guys. I have Devontae and AJ Brown going for me. I'm gonna pick up a new tight end, but it's hard for me to figure out right now. I think I might be benching James Robinson purely based off his lineup, even though I hate to do it. It's tough. It's tough for me to play James Robinson purely based off of the matchup over Chubb against Giants, Aker versus New York Jets, or JT versus Houston, right? Also, there's some guys on bench. I really don't know. I think between Bucks, I don't know who I have better here. So I have to figure out which defense I like. You'd go J-Rob over Akers? I mean, I don't know, man. Akers looked really good. 29 carries, guys. And I really think New York Jets, they're going to be up early. The Rams are going to be up early against him. I think, he's going to get another 20 plus. So now for me, I think I need to just pick a tight end. Which we can just go right now. I mean, maybe we go Cole Kmet here. I don't know if I trust Hayden Hurst, so I think I might go Cole Kmet here. We'll bring out, we'll drop, where is he? Hurst, get out of here. So we'll drop Hurst because he doesn't have a great, matchup. I do want to kind of defense hoard a little bit just to also prevent my guys from playing. Or prevent other people. So I might pick up Washington here. Washington, I mean, damn. Washington has Seattle this week, but after that they have Carolina. So Washington could be a great play next week. Bills are a decent play this week and maybe in week 16. So I mean, we'll see. But I'm thinking about maybe picking up Washington to just hoard more. I don't know who I would drop here. I might drop. If Washington doesn't get picked up, I might drop Jeff Wilson ahead of this week. I think he's a guy that I can most likely drop out of everyone else. What do you guys think? Him or Chase Claypool most likely? Let's see. Please bring in Keenan, maybe. I mean, I don't know if I can start Keenan over AJ Brown and Devontae Adams though, man. These two are monsters. Raul says Akers will suddenly lose at work. I don't trust McVay. Raul says Devontae, AJ Brown, Keenan is insane trade. I know, right? It's great. Part says it's interesting because Minshew starting over Glennon. Yep. Never mind. Chubb and JT would be my RB. Jefferson in the flex. Yeah, Jefferson. Yeah, and again, Jefferson, I don't mind at all, but it's just a tougher matchup. So right now, at least to me, I value them all in very similar tiers. It's just based on a matchup. What do you think about Keenan? Will he play? I think he plays. Big T says, I lost waiver claim to Akers. That sucks, man. It happens. It's all good. China says, still stuck with Deshaun over streaming guys like Tua, Rivers, Goff, or Big Ben. Yeah, I mean, I like Watson, but hey, like I said, if you want someone super safe, go with Rivers. Is it blurry or just me? Hopefully it's not blurry. I don't think the Jets are that good of a matchup for RBs. I don't know, man. I still think, Rams got up early. Kartik says Houston might be a pickup against Bengals next week. They could be, right? Mod privileges, stole your Ben with. There you go. Even Dallas was able to pop up against the Bengals. They were. Please don't play Washington. I'm not going to play them this week. I just think they could be a potential hoard for next week. Let's see. All right. Well, so that was my team. Let's see. Would you drop any of these to pick up T.Y. Hilton, Robbie Anderson, Deontay Jarvis, Landry? I think you would drop DJ Chark for him. Louis says, what do you think about my team? Tannehill, Eckler, J-Rob, Julio, AJ Brown, Drake, Goo, Colts, Bench, Dobbins, Fournette, Hunt, Brandon Cooks, Gage, and T.Y. I think it's great. I think it's a great lineup, dude. It's pretty stacked. How big is your league, Louise? Burke says, drop Chark for Hilton. Razor says, I would stop Claypool. If both turns out, Wilson could be good to keep out of your head. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because there's a chance I might play the Mostert owner next week. Ari says, I'd say Yeet, Akers, move up Chubb, and get Keenan at that flex would be insane. Yeah, I know, but I think I'd go with Jonathan Taylor over Keenan, guys. Do you guys like Keenan over Jonathan Taylor? JT put up 20 points the week before and then 29 points last week. Jacob, I could have claimed him last week. I just didn't think he was there. I was tight because I knew he was going to go off. Pat C is shutting down the pass. Yep. If Mostert's out, I think Wilson's going to get RB1 touches. He could be. Aaron's case is Miami G versus Pats or Bills G versus Broncos. Aaron, go look at my playoff video and my pinned comments. I have my most up-to-date Week 15 rankings there. As for Ebron or Engram, I probably lean Ebron slightly more, but just very much. Rob says, what's Bowden's value? Is anyone starting him at RB? I think he's a flex-worthy player if the other guys are still out on Miami right now. What's your opponent? Eric says, what's your opponent's squad looking like? Let's see. how do I look at this? It's I feel good right now. So Mike, can I just do matchup this week? Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. So for the opponent matchup, Tannehill, Kamara, Carson, A-Rob, Cooper, Hunter, Damian, Seahawks, Rodrigo. I mean, listen, they've got Rodrigo, right? So that's kind of crazy, but I'm actually feeling pretty good. I do feel like this team is pretty stacked on paper, so I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah. Where are we at? CJ, what's up? Welcome. What do you think about DeAndre Washington this week? I think he could be an okay, maybe flex play. I'm not super high on him, but I think he's an okay flex play. We'll see if Gaskins is back. I think Washington's probably still going to be the starter. So we'll see what happens, right? You know, I think starters on most offenses are always worth some sort of flex play. I don't know if I'm super high on them. Berg says, I think you're underestimating Jeff Wilson's value. He looked really great during his starting weeks before the injury. Niners RBs do really well when injuries because they have great blocking. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think, you know, he is valuable, especially with Mostert out. But I guess Burke and Chad, do you guys think he's that valuable if Mostert's playing, right? Louis says, 10-man, should I drop Gage for Rashard Higgins? I don't think you're gaining much. I think it's a lateral move. Gage is actually he's been okay as a wide receiver too. I don't know. They're very similar in my opinion, so it's whoever you like best. Part says JT too good to bench right now, and Herbert has been truly a little weird with Eckler back in the game plan. Yeah. Eric says, I like your chances. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Alex says, D. Washington depends on Gaskin breed. I agree. CJ, thank you. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Let us know if you have any more questions. But welcome to the stream, my friend. Big G says, Ayuk, T.Y. Hilton, Robbie Anderson, Cooper, Jarvis, Landry, Deontay, start 2. I like Ayuk and T.Y. hitter, man. I like Ayuk and T.Y. Break says, oh, I'm talking in the case that Mostert's. Oh, yeah, for sure. I believe Jeff Wilson is a guy. I know a lot of people didn't, earlier this year, they didn't think Jeff Wilson was going to be a guy. So, in my opinion, if, you know, Mostert and Wilson are out, I think the backfield becomes a little bit more cloudy. But I do think Jeff Wilson, you know, on paper should be the #1 guy and the guy who's featured the most if Mostert's out. I agree with you. CJ says, also, what about Bridgewater if CMC is back or Rivers? I do like Bridgewater if CMC is back. I don't think CMC is going to be back. I do like, I think Rivers is a safer play. Bridgewater has shown us that he can have a higher ceiling than Rivers, but Rivers is a very safe play if that's what you're looking for. If Ahmed is healthy this week, can I play him over McKissick or Kupp and Happy? I don't know. If he's a starting guy, maybe. I still think McKissick is a little bit safer, just like a tiny bit safer. Kupp, I still think is okay. Like what's? I just want to look at Kupp really quickly. So Kupp had a bad week last week, right? I mean, he didn't. Kupp has been like okay, right? Kupp has been fine. You know, the targets are still there. I think he's okay. Yeah, I like Break says. I don't know if I would necessarily that Ahmed is 100%. If we get news that Ahmed is going to be the bell cow, maybe him. He did pretty well. He did pretty well when he was starting, right? But I just don't know. I don't really see a situation where like Ahmed comes back and Gaskin is not back yet. Eric says, I would bet somebody $100 that CMC bench is for the season. Yeah, that's honestly been my take. I feel like CMC is he's not going to play again. I think Akers regresses this week. We'll see. Rahu says, I hope so. All Miami questionable right now for sure. JB says, if you're on Yahoo, Lyndon Bowden Jr. is a flex play in Miami since he has wide receiver and RB a little bit. I think he has it on ESPN as well. Guys, I'll be right back and get some water. Talk amongst yourselves. Be right back. All right, we back. Is John Brown coming back this week? Let's see. I'll look it up. CJ, thanks for the sub, man. Welcome to the community, my friend. For anyone who's new here tonight, you guys, come by the community. We, as you guys have seen, our chat is always very, very active. We always have a really good time. So even if it's not for fantasy football, you know, just come hang out. And we've got some off-season stuff planned as well. So we'll definitely keep things, you know, going. But hey, thank you guys. We're at 388, guys. 388. But anyway, sorry. What was I was looking at John Brown, right? Let's look at John Brown. So for John Brown, oops. Every time I Google John Brown in Google, like it comes to the abolitionist. So we gotta do John Brown NFL. I think we'll have to see. He comes off of IR this week. We'll see how practice goes. That'll be an interesting one to keep an eye on, guys. Maybe John Brown could be a sneaky flex play this week, guys. Break says having running back wide receiver eligibility makes him better for an RB or wide receiver spot because you see reflect to someone. Oh wait, yep, exactly. Jacob says, what do you think of my lineup? I have Herbert, Keenan, Mike Evans, T.Y., Cam Akers, Swift, Logan Thomas, Mike Davis, Jason, Rams, CD, Kittle, CMC, Gaskin, Mixon, Mostert. It's good. You know, you definitely have more people than I normally have seen to hold, you know, but to potentially come back from an injury, but I don't think it's bad at all. I think you've got decent starters and a decent depth. Riley says I'm playing against Diggs, so I need him to steal targets. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Diggs' targets is going to matter. Honestly, when John Brown comes back, he's going to take all of Cole Beasley's stuff away, his targets away. Big T, I like playing in a 2-flex league, 1-flex. I am always scratching my head about who to start, yeah. You only sub because you left. Yeah, I know, exactly, guys. I just need to leave for like 30 minutes. I'll be at 10K subs, right? Jacob says, who should I start or sit out of my lineup? I would probably go, you go Herbert, Keenan, T.Y., Cam Akers, Mike Davis, I think, over Swift. And then I would probably go Evans or Swift, wherever you like better there. Yeah, that's how I would do it, man. That's how I would do it. Eric says, everybody, don't forget to take any Thursday starters out of your flex spot if you have that. Exactly. Anyone who doesn't know that, well, honestly, what you should just do is make sure that all your players are, like, you know, in order of, like, sort of like earliest to latest. So yeah, you're completely correct. Do not put earlier players in flex. Thank you for that reminder, Eric. Drag says, between Hopkins, Diggs, Robinson, and Cam Akers, which three would you pick for week 13? I'd probably go Diggs, Akers, and I'm torn between Robinson and Hopkins. I think Robinson has a safer floor. I think I might go Robinson here. Hopkins has been a little inconsistent for us. Rick says, Jacob, I'd play Keenan, Hilton, Akers, Swift, McKissick. Yep, okay, not bad. Chances AJ Brown, MT, or D Hop. Pick 2, full PPR bonus for 40. I think I go AJ Brown, and then who do I like between Michael Thomas and D Hop? I think I like D Hop and AJ Brown here, man. Especially for like the big play. Yeah. Yeah, Brick, I agree there. Rose says, what does it matter what time they play? Because if you put someone in, this is the way you do it. So like if you put someone in your flex on Thursday, say you put a running back in, right? And then one of your running backs gets injured, your starting running backs, you're forced to play someone else. You're forced to play a running back to replace him. As opposed to if you put the Thursday night game in like the running back spot and the person who gets injured is in a flex spot, you have the ability to either play a wide receiver, a running back, or a tight end there. So you want to keep your flex spot for the latest one available so that you're not forced to have to play one position and you get a little bit more options to do it. I have Mike Davis starting this week on flex. I don't mind that at all. Yep, and you know, it's a very small thing, but it could happen. It very much could happen, especially if you have anybody questionable. So, yeah. If you have a versatile bench, it keeps all your options open. Exactly. That's exactly how we do it. But yeah, got some good matchups. Do you guys know why the games are Saturday this week? Was it because of COVID or was it something else? I actually have I have no idea why or maybe it's I mean, it's not the time of the year where they start doing Saturday games, right? But yeah, we have there's I think 3 Saturday games this week. I want to say let's see. Saturday we've got yeah, Buffalo. So we have Thursday night Chargers Raiders. Saturday is going to be Buffalo, Denver, Carolina, Green Bay. Okay, so there's 2. And then we have our Sunday games. Sunday night, Monday night. Okay, yeah. Burke says, one time I realized last second I had Kamara at flex when I should have put Mac in. Super close call, but I got him in the right nick of time. There you go. Hey, listen, you don't want to be too risky with that, right? All right, Jacob, yo, peace out, man. Yeah, guys, if anyone has to go to bed, please go to bed. It's a weekday. I think we're closing on 2 hours on our stream, so we'll probably be ending soonish unless we get a lot more activity. But yeah, it's been good. Hopefully, people got the people they wanted on waivers. Guys, what I'll say again is, guys, like if you have the bench spot and like you have maybe 1 or 2 players that you. Like at least one player that you know you're absolutely never gonna play, guys, start hoarding defenses. This is the one time I'll tell you to hoard defenses because you want to have as many options as you can to play, and you want to outsmart your opponent and get ahead of them, and not give them streamable defenses. Because most people who are not on top of it, they're gonna be streaming defenses, at the waiver wire, and you want to take that away from them. Anyone who's already been knocked out of the championship contender, they're probably not going to be wanting to stream defenses or caring too much about it. So guys, hoard defenses right now. Look at your lineup this week. Make sure you have your starters. Make sure you have some backups. If you feel good and you're dropping someone that is not going to get picked up and started by someone else, guys, go hoard some defenses. Par says, in Chad Henson's ESPN and Blurb, they said not related to Red Zone host. That's hilarious. Burke says, all right, I'm calling it a night. 400 is within arms. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, Burke, thanks for coming by. I'm glad, hopefully you figure out something with the essay thing. Let me know what you end up doing. But yeah, man, thanks to you for coming by. Rack says, would you play Mostert over Robinson or Hopkins? I don't think I would, man. I don't even think he's going to play this week, but I don't think I would. Raul says, how is San Francisco red zone defense thinking about picking up Greg the leg? I actually don't know. I actually don't know that much about it. Greg had a great week last week. Burke says Mostert is possibly injured. Either way, I'd play James Robinson. Yep. Ari says, should I drop Gaskin and pick up? I would keep Gaskin. I decided to request a regrade. Sending it. Yo, let's go, baby. Yo, chat, please. Burke is getting one of his papers regraded. Hopefully, the TA is more reasonable and speaks English this time. So, let's send some good vibes Burke's way so he can get that good grade on his essay, man. Good grade on that essay. Good luck with that, Burke. Let me know how that goes. Well, let's see if there are any more questions. Otherwise, well, let's say if things are pretty quiet and dying down, let's call it in about 6-7 minutes, so we hit 2 hours. But yeah, Speedy Spooks, yeah, for sure, man. Hey, listen, I'm just trying to help. Won't claim that I have all the right answers, but love to talk things out, man. I'm glad you liked it. But yeah, guys, I think for stream, oh, actually, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream Thursday. We will see. There's a chance I might not because I do have a visitor coming in Thursday, so I might not be able to stream Thursday. Otherwise, the plan is we will get the pick'em video out by tomorrow evening, so you all go in and fill it out. And if you prefer, I'll give you guys an advantage. Just put in who you think is, if you don't want to do the entire week, just put in who you think is going to win on Thursday. And I'll trust that you guys won't change anything. Just, edit it later on. But yeah, that will come out tomorrow night. And hey, if you win, you will get your name here. Eric says, you sent it out too. Thanks for doing this. Keep it up there for sure, man. Appreciate it. Take it easy, Eric. CJ says, is Peyton Barber a start for you this week? I would not start him. Peyton Barber, last week I talked about him. He is very, very touchdown dependent. His yard per carry is atrocious. So when I think of when I think of Peyton Barber, I think of him as someone who's going to get less than 50 yards rushing, and could get you anywhere between 0 to 3 touchdowns. And I know that sounds silly, but that's just the kind of guy he is, right? He's the goal line back who's gonna punch things in, and he's just not gonna get a lot of yards. Like, I don't see Peyton Barber even breaking off for like, a 40, 50 plus yard run. So he's very much a goal line back. If you play him, you're very much praying for a touchdown, which it could happen. And like I said, that's why I'm saying, like, hey, 0 to 3 touchdowns, this is very possible, but it's hard for me to see him breaking like more than 40, 50 yards. You're awesome, man, by the way. Really appreciate help. Definitely subscribing. Oh, thank you so much, CJ. I appreciate that. And hey, come back more, man. Like I said, all I do is try and give good advice, but hey, our community here is really, really fun. So I hope you enjoyed your time here, and like you've seen, we've got some really good guys in here. We love to talk, and half the time, like when we're just kind of chilling and vibing, if we run out of things to talk about for fantasy football, we just talk about people's lives and like just literally random topics. So we try to have fun, and I will try and make some fun stuff for people afterwards. Thanks as always, Brad. Go Buckeyes. Let's go, baby. OHIO. And guys, if you're new here, when the NFL playoffs actually come, so like after week 17, we will do a subscriber NFL fantasy football challenge. So look out for that. I think that's going to be really fun. I'm trying to figure out ways to get us as involved and as interactive as possible, even if it's something like really small and like silly. I think it's fun just to have some sort of competition or like some sort of interactive events, right? So yeah. But yeah, boys, I think I'm gonna, boys and girls, and anyone else out there, I think we are going to, call it for tonight. Thank you all for coming through and hanging out. Chance, thank you so much, and thanks for the sub earlier tonight. I appreciate that. Rags, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate that. Guys, we're at, we're currently at 390. So, hey, we've got 2 days to go, 389. So, we're getting close there. If we hit 400, then we'll do a viewer's choice of either a shot or a shotgun. So, keep an eye out for that. Maybe we'll stream tomorrow night if we aren't able to stream Thursday. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Keep an eye out for the challenge video that's going to come out tomorrow night. Turn the noties on if you would like. But yeah, good luck this week, and I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about starts and sits later this week. So get some sleep, and have a good night. Peace out.
There goes Hill through a wave and down to